And everybody stopped talking. Just like that.
Do you want to do disorderly?
What do you mean?
Misdemeanor disorderly conduct. Do you want that one, or do you want that, we're gonna have that probably done?
Does that go through, does that usually go through city, or doesn't that usually go through county?
Yeah. Yes, generally it would. That's why I'm asking you if you want to do it.
I mean, not, if it would generally do.
So we could write it as a UPC and if you wanted to do it.
I'm not gonna say no, I won't do it because it's part of my job, but I'm also, I mean, I don't.
Well, I'm just asking if you want to.
If the answer is ever, do I want to do a criminal matter, the answer is no. Will I do it if it's within the scope of my duties? The answer is yes.
Okay.
I mean, I think that if it can be city or it can be county, I don't know. I mean, I think Leslie does these all the time, and they're probably it's more efficient and more streamlined, especially with the highway project that we're trying to get something done with.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, like I was saying, I have that. I could give it to you if you want it. Otherwise, the other ones.
I'm not going to say, oh, please, Cody, oh, please give it to me. But if you decide that it needs to be done under city code, I'm not going to go, ooh, no. I'm going to do my job.
I'm feeling this one would be a negative balance. By the time the fines and everything, I don't think it'd cover the cost of it.
Okay. Yeah, that might be more, I guess, just for, if that's going to be the case, I think that it might be more prudent to go to Leslie. I mean, I don't know how that particularly is handled, but that's.
Okay, well, I think we'll go ahead and call the meeting to order. Everybody have a chance to look at the minutes from the last meeting?
I had one minor type O, but other than that, I would move to approve with that one minor correction.
Okay. Is there any other additions or corrections? Not, do I hear a motion to approve the minutes of the last meeting? Been moved by Cale, second by David. All in favor? Minutes approved. Okay, Cody, we'll let you do your report.
So, things are starting to kind of turn around on the COVID thing. As I discussed earlier, I'll just discuss it since we weren't meeting it. We're starting to get more active, doing more things. We're gonna be sending some more stuff to the city attorney, some cases that we have and some NTAs, which is fancy way of saying tickets and stuff we're gonna be sending to her, getting out and doing some more stuff. The one thing I kind of want to point out is, go to the second page there on St. Francis. We had 119 things. We've had bigger months, but we go through there. I kind of want to go through what we dealt with this month. You know, it's in the past, they've been kind of smaller stuff. We look on here, we got assaults, we have batteries, we have domestic disturbance and fight, just a regular fight, civil standbys, stolen vehicle, stolen license plate, another stolen property, suspicious activity, theft, vandalism. You notice our crimes are really, our numbers haven't changed, but the type of crime really has. And I think that's from people coming out, people being locked in, people, you notice there's a lot of person crimes, a lot of violent crimes. Not to the edge of what, you know, what LA would call a violent crime, but to us, having two people fight in the middle of the street is a disturbance of the peace a pretty high level in St. Francis. So I just kind of want to point that out, that, while the actual number really didn't raise, the type of crime really changed dramatically in this last, period. Thefts were up by over 50% countywide. So, I don't know what's spurring that, but, just when people are out and about, warmer weather, going out taking advantage of that kind of stuff, but our type of crimes have changed dramatically. We're starting to do, little, preventive stuff, not preventive, but proactive, especially on the dogs. You know, we were kind of sheltered in, waiting for people to call us and say, hey, there's a dog run loose. The deputies are starting to do stuff when they see dogs run loose. That's where some of the tickets are gonna be coming in to the city. Seems like to me, with calls into our office, that's one of our biggest complaints is dogs. So we're gonna approach that, by, you know, standard way. You know, first time you get a warning, second time you get a ticket. The dog's doing something that destroys property or attacks somebody, then you're gonna probably forego the warning period and get the ticket. So that's kind of what we're doing there. That's kind of what's going on with the city. We have Kat, our office manager, is down to Basic Academy right now doing her 2 weeks that we've been putting off forever. She's down there, and then hopefully June 1st, they'll start their regular academy, and I'll be able to send the new guys to the academy, and we get having full staff. And to me, what that's really gonna open up is having that evening shift, having 2 on, where I'll be able to dedicate one guy saying, hey, tonight's your night, you need to stay in St. Francis only. And then we have another deputy that's out doing the county stuff. So I'm hoping that here very shortly, we'll be a lot more visible in St. Francis in the evenings and night times into 2, 3 o'clock in the morning. So that's my plan. Any questions over that or anything?
Couple of questions on golf carts, ATVs.
Mm-hmm.
Are we starting to
Yes,
tackle that now
we're
that
gonna start enforcing, and we've had people call to get that done. We told them the procedure is to go to City Hall first, or call City Hall first, pay your registration fee, bring the receipt over, and we'll do it. We've got a couple, we're doing it by appointment right now, we're not just doing walk-ins. They call and we set appointment. We have probably 2 or 3 appointments for this week set up to start registering vehicles. So, we've made a couple stops on some people. If they had an old tag, we kind of basically thought maybe they're waiting for COVID to get over. If they had no tag at all, we'll pull them over and stop them and inform them of what the city ordinance is and give them a chance to get that taken care of.
I did have one complaint on like trailers
Okay.
parked on the streets with like flat tires or no tires and that kind of stuff. I'm not sure, I don't remember the exact, but I'll get with you on that.
Yeah, that's something we're more than happy to go take care of and go do. So, like I said, I think having the extra person out there is gonna allow us to do more things like drive around and look for things like that.
Mm-hmm.
And be proactive about it instead of just waiting for somebody to call and complain about it.
Is there a way, just a question, I know like this is broke down by like Bird City, the county and PD, like the VIN inspection, I know that's really something that the city never took care of before.
Yeah.
Is there a way to get a more,
Well,
as you guys start getting more involved with enforcing ordinance to see like
Yeah.
more actual city
Yes. And
code
And when
enforcement?
we think of something, what we do is we call the company, and they have to add a new category for us into the CAD system. So as we think of things, you know, like, you know, parking violation or something like that, we could call them and add it to that system, but specifically as that instead of just traffic. We would break it down even more, but like I said, we just have to think of what those categories, what we want them to say, put them in there. We don't get to, we have to get a hold of the company and have them create that code.
Is that like with the dogs at large or the ATVs?
Dogs at large is in there. So
Okay.
the problem is that sometimes it gets put down as an animal call, because that's what it wants to override to, is an animal call. And if you clicked on animal call, or to read the history of that call, then below it, it'd say dog at large. Trying to get it to go up to the front and be the cursor, so when it prints off the stat sheet, that's kind of where we need to work on that a little bit. But, like on these, I'll try to find a good example. Bird City, yeah, the one Bird City, I know, I've just seen it at the top. That animal call is definitely a dog at large. That's a vicious dog at large.
Yeah.
why it doesn't say vicious dog, it says animal call, that's the computer just puts it down, because it's a category, and then in that category is subcategories. So traffic would be a category, parking or, outdated registration, or expired registration would be a subcategory of traffic, and it's just pulling out the big category. And I guess I'm spending a lot of breath to say that's kind of an airy question. I'm talking
Like I said,
about it.
I just thought,
So-
like I said, the VIN inspections was something that the
Mhm.
city never really
Yeah,
did,
and-
unless it's like the ATV thing, then it
and
would be.
that's we should be able to classify whether it's a city VIN inspection for an ATV or for the thing.
Yeah.
Because what it's gonna do is, most of them, if you look underneath here, 19 of them fall underneath the county, CNSO. We try to keep them in that category because it's a county thing. It's
Mhm.
not what we're doing for the city. We're
Yeah.
just doing it one way or the other. But then yet, you'll find it, first city, look, first page, there's one there.
Mhm.
And, I'm sure on the city one, there's 7 of them there. And I guarantee you all 7 of those were not ATVs. It's just a glitch in the matrix or whatever where it puts it over because it happened in St. Francis. But all the rest of the 19 happened in St. Francis too that are in the county side. So why choose to put some
And not,
there and why others? I think that'd be more of an area question than me. But
okay,
that's kind of what I have.
perfect. I don't have any other questions.
Okay, anybody else have any questions for Cody?
Good.
Okay.
I'll just, will you be in tomorrow?
What's that?
Will you be in tomorrow?
Yeah,
If not, I'll just text you.
yeah, I should be fine. We have a meeting tomorrow sometime, but I'll be around.
Okay.
Okay, well, thanks for the work you're putting in, and I hope it don't get any worse than that on theft and that kind of stuff. Do we have a motion to accept and file the police report, sheriff's report?
So moved.
Moved by Amanda, second by Cale, all in favor? And you don't have to stick around if you don't want to. Okay, we'll move on to new business. Kelly's not here. I think she's coming though. Okay, second item on there is the Cheyenne County Cruisers. They filled out a application for their car show, which will be June the 27th. We cannot have it in the Salt Hill Park because there's a wedding that day. So we have filled it out to do it at the roadside park. We've checked it out. It should work just fine. There might be an RV in there. We don't know. What we're going to try to do is go up there like on Thursday or Friday morning and just put up a sign that says, we're not going to say they can't park there. We're just going to put up a sign that says there is going to be a car show at the roadside park on Saturday. And, just go that route. So I guess, there wouldn't be anything much different than what we've done before. Actually, it'll be easier to have it up there, on controlling traffic and stuff, and, blocking it off. I mean, we'll be able to do things a lot easier up there than we used to. We blocked so much of the main street off to do it that. So, I guess, is there a motion to approve the Cheyenne County Cruisers to have the car show on June the 27th at the roadside park?
Hey, Scott,
Yes?
just real quick, the council does have to, decide whether or not any insurance is required for the special event, yes or no?
Oh, okay, okay. Yeah, I guess, do we, are we gonna require any insurance, and waive all the fees again to that event?
Do you have insurance?
Never have.
There's
Never
no,
have.
there's no
There-
burnout,
Huh?
there's no burnout contest, so there should,
Yeah, this year we're not gonna have a burnout contest, and that's where we're starting to get, the younger guys wanted that, but we're not gonna have that this year because there won't be any place up there to do it, and, any good asphalt up there to do it, because they peel right through it.
they could do it on the EMS driveway, it's pretty nice,
Uh-huh.
concrete.
Yeah, that or.
Cal said so. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, so, but no, we've never carried any insurance on anything, and there is, we don't serve any alcohol or anything.
Right.
I won't say that somebody doesn't sneak something in. It happens everywhere, but we've never had any trouble with alcohol, ever. So do we waive the insurance and the fees for everything on the car show event?
That would be up to my city, just do what we've done in the past.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Okay, so do I hear a motion?
Yep, I'll make a motion.
Okay, it's been moved by Cale. Second by Dara, all in favor? Been approved. Okay, well, we'll move down here and see if Kelly comes back. Okay, I need to appoint,
If I could just touch on that for a moment, what is that still going to be in possibly phase 3 with restrictions?
That's all done.
no, it's, we can have 2,000 people on an open event,
Okay.
so.
So you've seen the governor's announcement that
I have not,
he,
no.
Yeah.
Everything's been,
No, I've been dealing with something else all day today.
But even last Friday, it was up to 2,000
Yeah,
people in an open event.
Okay,
So that's why we jumped on it over the weekend and shot for the 27th, because that was the only day that worked for some of our vendors and our DJ and different people. And then I called Lila. She said, there's a wedding down here. I said, okay, we're gonna have to see if we can do it at the roadside park, which we looked at it and it should work just fine. So we didn't wanna try to have it on the other half of the park down here and music and everything else, so that's why we went that way. Okay, on the library board, people that they have now are Pete Davis, Kelly Milliken, Lynette Nolan, Sandy Bandolph, Ramona Riley, Marilyn Nisdale, and Karen Neitzel. Do I hear a motion to approve these appointments?
so moved.
Been moved by Dara,
Second.
second by Cale. All in favor? Pass. Okay, we have a new liquor store. It's the Twisted L Liquor, LLC Liquor, and it's by Gerald and Don Lauer. And so we need, they are applying for the small business incentive, and they have down that there'll be basically Gerald and Don and Brianna Swigert working there, so it'll be 3 people. So it'll be the $100 a month for 12 months on the small business incentive. Do I hear a motion to approve the small business incentive for Twisted L Liquor?
There's just 3 employees?
That's
Three
what
full.
they've got right now. Three full.
3.
They're saying that'd be 3 full-time employees.
I'll make a motion to approve.
Okay, it's been moved by Amanda. Second by David. All in favor? Approved.
And Scott,
Yeah.
we also need the council to approve their liquor license, the local liquor license.
Oh, okay.
where's this located? Is this the?
You safe?
You say.
They bought it, okay.
They bought it. Okay, yeah, and then we have to, approve their, liquor license for, the Twisted L Liquor here from the city. They'll have to have a state one too, but we need one approved for the city, and it's all filled out and ready to go. So your motion to approve that.
So moved.
Moved by Cale. Second by Dara. All in favor? Approved. Okay, let's move on down to old business, property cleanup. Probably don't have much to do on that where JR is not here.
I had spoken with him regarding the properties that are going to be getting letters. I was going to have him, he wants to, I guess, review them before I send them out.
Okay.
I was going to have him review them this evening. He is not here, so I will email them to him when I get to my office tomorrow morning.
Okay, he's gone now, so, I don't think he's gonna be back until Monday, but he still might see it in the emails and,
Okay.
yeah,
Yeah.
hopefully he will. Does anybody, I guess we can talk about that at the next meeting, but if you see on our property, I think there's one up here at the end of Main Street that needs cleaned up. So, okay, projects pending. Anything on there we need to talk about tonight? I need to talk to JR about those blasting and stuff on the benches at Salt Hill Park too. Okay, nothing there. Street project, that's going forward. Miller and Associates have been in town doing a lot of surveying the last several days, last week, and they were back today, so hopefully they'll be getting this project going and see where we go from there. Okay, oh, here comes Kelly. You can get right up front in your area.
Right now?
Right now.
On it?
You want to?
Yes.
Oh my
Go to the
God.
party.
What am I doing here? Let me think. First, the farmer's market. So I'd like to talk to you about first.
Sure.
Yep.
We would like to, have it again Saturday morning, 9 to noon, beginning the 6th, I think, is the first Saturday. And just use that area like, forward, or really go back to the rest of that area, and, if possible, to have electricity. Lovely.
There should be electricity there.
Sometimes there is. But,
Okay.
if we could have electricity, that would be, that makes it fun.
Yeah, there should be electricity at those posts and at those patio covers too.
Okay.
Are they just not turned on, or?
Well, I don't know, we just did have trouble last year, one time we needed electricity. It was doing a process stuff, I think, and it wasn't on.
And you're gonna start that when?
The 6th.
June the 6th? Okay.
We have hired, Heidi Marquez, is that right? To be the, she's gonna be the coordinator.
Okay.
Okay. We also are gonna do online, we have an online ordering option now, so that people can use curbside if they want to. Instead of, if there is someone who's not as comfortable or, yeah, right. They can order stuff.
Do you do delivery too, like you can just bring
We
it to
do
my
have
house?
delivery options, yes.
Like, and when you're done, you can just,
We are having a delivery option as well, yes, yes, so. Yeah, so hopefully it will be, we've had some new potential vendors interested, so,
Good.
yeah. So hopefully that's good.
Does anybody have any questions for Kelly? Do I hear a motion to approve the? Yes?
Just real quick, the same thing on this one, the council has to waive the insurance and they don't actually have to waive the fees, that's written in there, but the insurance, if they're gonna require it or not.
Okay. Okay, on the same as the last application for the car show, do I hear a motion to waive the fees and the insurance for the farmer's market and approve the farmer's market application?
So moved.
Moved by Cale,
I'll second.
second by David. All in favor? It passed. Okay, that is done. You're good to go.
All right.
And I'll try to remind JR, he's gone this week, to check out the electricity.
Okay.
And if for some reason forget, holler at JR or myself. There should be electricity there, but we need to make sure.
Okay. The other thing that I did ask Lila about, which we don't really need, but I didn't know how it works. Well, since everything has changed now with the governor's announcement today, bathroom has been a question periodically, and I don't know what.
Did we have them open last year?
No, we didn't,
Oh.
and I don't know if it's because we didn't ask or if they just, I don't think.
The middle one should have been open,
Okay,
but if you want the rest of them open,
I need
the
to,
two side ones, we just need to let them know on that too.
okay.
Yeah, we should open them, yeah.
Okay, well, we can talk about it. When I was talking to Lila today, I just thought of
Okay.
bathrooms, and we had talked about it before, but,
I think they like to keep the other ones locked unless there's an event going on,
Yeah.
just so the kids don't get in there and
Sure.
mess around and that kind of stuff, or adults.
and we
get in
will
there.
have, as I was telling her, we have to have our own, like, hand washing station, for, that's part of the farmers market guidelines now, so we will have that. Okay?
I'll make a note of the bathrooms too, along with electricity, try to remind JR.
I mean, bathrooms aren't as important as the electricity.
Yeah, but the one center one should always be open.
Okay.
And, but yeah, if you do want the other ones open, somehow maybe they could open them up Saturday morning and then close them again, so.
Okay.
Okay,
All right.
so, did you want to talk anything about pool?
Do you want me to talk anything about, I can.
Well, I mean, if you have some, because that's where we're at right now.
Okay, the thing I can tell you is that, we have met, the pool board has met, and we've talked about different options. The, governor's address today indicates that we can, the phases basically have gone away, except with the exception of being guidelines.
Yeah.
1201, you wanna go?
Huh?
1201, go park at the pool.
Let's open it.
People?
No. Please, let's go. Like a Ozark party? No. But we have, so I guess kind of my recommendation at this point is not to do it before the 8th.
I don't think we'll
Which
have
I
time
was gonna say,
Because
anyway.
I don't think there is time,
Right,
from what I understood about getting it ready.
getting it ready and stuff, I don't think we have time. And I visited with Kelly last Friday and then today, and basically the insurance underwriters and everything say that Atwood and Colby are opening for sure, and maybe, I think Goodland is too. And basically they're saying as long as we follow
The guidelines.
the guidelines and
Okay.
stuff, that we should be okay on
Okay.
everything.
Because that was a big concern for
Right,
me, that if the insurance, I felt.
So, if I may, I spoke with Kelly, on this today for, quite a while. And obviously this is unprecedented and there is no body of case law or blanket policies regarding this. The insurance coverage for pool, there is no coverage for loss of income, which I don't think the pool made income to begin with, so that's not really an issue. All guidelines must be followed. He listed KDHE, basically state, federal, and CDC, all guidelines must be complied with. In the event that there was a claim, it would essentially be a negligence claim, and he believes that our insurance policy would cover defense of that claim. Obviously, they would have to, if someone were to bring a claim, it would have to be, one, they would have to prove that the city knew that there was an issue and that they were negligent in closing it or negligent in following the guidelines. And then they would also have to prove causation, that they did in fact get it from the pool and not from anywhere else. And that is what the insurance is there for, is to defend from that. you know, it was brought up in the conversation that he wasn't aware if anyone would make a claim. I mean, people go to the pool, you can get a rash, you can get a whatever, you know, whatever health risks there are. There's basically always a risk, so we didn't know if anyone would claim. This is a completely new circumstances with no bodies of case law, so we don't really have anything to say, yes, the policies have been written this way, or the courts will find that way. We just don't know. And that it's essentially going to be determining the level of risk that's acceptable to the council. At what, there's going to be some risk. I mean, obviously, you're going to want to ensure that the school staff is complying with all recommended measures and guidelines on how to proceed with safety, but there is still some risk. And it basically came down to, if you don't want any risk, you don't open the pool. And just we can do everything that we can, we don't know what's gonna happen.
Rather not leave your house.
Every year
Yeah.
we have that risk,
Yeah, right.
every year.
Yeah, right,
This
but,
is just a little bit different
mhm.
and stuff, and so,
And so, I mean, it was discussed, you know, does the council want to require a waiver to be signed before anyone can go in, stating, you know, these are the precautions we're following, you need to follow these as well. And it's just, you could, I don't know, I could draw up a 6-page contract to let a kid get in the pool, but it's up to the council what the council wants to determine as an acceptable level of risk going forward.
I've never seen a waiver that stood up in court.
Really?
Yep. Not if you don't want, if something really happened, that waiver never stand up. We have waivers signed, car show, everything, and they all say they'll never stand up if something really bad happens.
Same thing with church camps.
Well, all that stuff. Waivers do not do,
Same thing.
all it makes is the person that signed it think about it for a while until something happens. So I don't think I don't think we need a waiver. I think
Right,
that,
and having a waiver doesn't prevent them from bringing a claim. It's just one thing that can be used as a defense. I'm not saying that it's the end all, but it's up to the council.
But I agree with Kelly. I would think waiting until at least the date we want to wait till after Q&A. But it does a couple of things. It gives us time to get fair, but also I think it sends the right message.
right. I think we'll have to wait till June 8th because it's going to take that long to get the pool ready, get the guards and everything, get everything going, and then we got to strictly follow the guidelines by the county, by the state, and by the federal government. We follow them to the T.
Right.
And after that, I don't know what else we can do.
And we did talk about that the other night, when we met about the guidelines and things that have to happen, and,
And you're going to have the extra gal in there helping cleaning and stuff, sanitizing and cleaning all the time, an extra adult that'll be there helping with that all the time and stuff. And so we know that there won't be no social distancing, which now, is that even part of the deal as of today? So, because those kids weren't going to stay from playing in the pool and be next to each other, so. So I guess it's up to the council to make a motion to go ahead and open the pool on June 8th and follow all the guidelines.
Is that going to be soon enough? I think JR said they needed 2 weeks to open the pool, and JR is out.
Yeah, but the guys will start on it.
Okay.
I'll make a motion, we open.
Second.
Okay, it's been moved by Cale, second by Amanda, all in favor? Approved. Yeah, we're gonna shoot for June 8th unless they have a problem getting it ready. And then we might have to put it off a couple of days or something, but, I think JR's probably already told Dan that basically, I think they're supposed to start getting ready on it.
Okay.
I'll call him tomorrow and see.
all right.
Any other things that,
What else did I do?
good luck.
What else I do? You just got appointed to the library
Library.
board.
You
I didn't just get appointed to it, but I can tell you. Yeah, we
You got
are,
reappointed. How's
we
that?
are curbsiding now for the rest of this week. Well, that's, what's my question?
Theater, all of it. Can't we just?
I think now we can't, when we met a week ago, because he opened sometime last week. I mean, it was last Tuesday, a week ago. So he did curbside starting Wednesday or Thursday last week. So I will, be in touch and, now we have to, do it one policy in place.
Well, I wish you weren't opening under these conditions, but that's the way it's gonna be.
Yes, for today.
Yeah, for today. It's like
Might change.
it might change again.
But
It might change again. So.
okay.
Okay, well, thank you.
Thanks,
Thank
Kelly.
you.
See you later.
Thanks, Kelly.
Lila, was anything said about the theater board on reopening?
They meet
Yeah,
on Monday.
Yeah. We haven't, Dara.
Yeah. And they're planning on opening Thursday, the 4th, is that right? 3rd, 4th, what is it?
Yes.
That's what I've heard.
Yeah.
So that'll be before our next meeting, so I guess we need to kind of do the same thing, as long as they follow what guidelines that'll be set forth as of right now, or even tomorrow or the next day, as long as they follow all those guidelines, that they should be able to open up too. So, anybody got any concern about that? Okay, does somebody want to make a motion that they can open up following all the guidelines again? Same as the pool. Well, it'll be different than the pool, but
Did they already get the plexiglass?
I don't know, but
Oh.
they'll have to.
I think they did.
They'll have to have that stuff in place, so they probably do, or getting it in place anyway, so.
They were selling popcorn and stuff last week.
Oh.
I'll make a motion that the theater open at 10 o'clock.
Okay, it's been made, motion by Cale,
Second.
second by David, all in favor? Theater's approved too, follow all guidelines. Okay, building permits, we have the one for Ed Marin, that's putting up a 10-by-10 garden shed. And Janet Carmen's putting up a 20-by-20 concrete pad in the backyard. Oh, and there's one more, Mercedes, who is that?
Maybe Schultz?
Schultz. Even spelled like mine. Don't know who that is, but, fencing. Do I hear a motion to approve these 3 building permits, and JR had checked them out before he left?
So moved.
Okay, it's been moved by Amanda, second by Dara, all in favor? Approved. Oh, I'll bet you there's, I don't know, 215 South River Street.
I thought they were related. Who was that owned that? The brick house, Michael Riley lived there.
Right,
I think,
right,
Wattenberg.
Oh,
yeah.
Wattenberg. I think that's her relation.
Oh.
Yeah, and I think I did hear somebody that said that there was somebody moving in there with the last name of Schultz, and it's spelled exactly the same. I don't know who they are. Okay, there will be no superintendent report. No. Attorney report, Lauren.
I have spoken with Judge Keller today, the magistrate judge for the district court and the municipal court judge. We had a discussion. She's previously considered, the discussion of city court being held in the city council chambers, just doing city business here, county business over there. She's going to speak with she's gonna speak with the city judges in Thomas County, for Colby who is in Thomas County, and Goodland for Sherman County for their city judges, and see where where they are, how they do that. She thinks that they do it in their chambers. I anticipate she would sit where the mayor sits, and then she had discussed council sitting at the table rather than council sitting at the council table. I'm sorry, attorneys sitting at the city council table on the sides as opposed to sitting at the attorneys' tables. I usually call those council tables. Sorry. Which in this setup, we would have two tables back there and that wouldn't be an issue. I don't know that that would be a problem. I don't know if that would create any issues. I guess I just wanted the council to be aware of it. I think we need more guidance on that. There are significant protocols which are being implemented at the district court level regarding plexiglass barriers, and I think the court meets the social distancing, but to comply with Supreme Court orders and the administrative orders of the chief of the district court judge. I raised the issue that I don't know whether or not there would be an issue with having the safeguards in place there, if we would need to have them in place over here, and I didn't see the point in putting in two sets of safeguards if we could just have court over there like we have. I don't know. I guess she's stated that she's wanted to do it for a while. I don't know why. I'm not opposed to it. I can say the same things in this room that I can say in the courtroom. So
Plus you have your own chair.
Yeah, it's already my chair.
So what are the safeguards and why do we need them?
So the Kansas Supreme Court and Chief Judge Barron of the Judicial District Court have put in place safeguards to protect clients and to protect court staff and attorneys. My understanding from the emails is that they've ordered plexiglass barriers which will actually be at the council tables to separate attorneys and clients, is what I gather from the emails. We haven't had court in the courtroom in 4 months, so I don't know. So, we just haven't been up there. June motion day for district court is being held via video conference. I'm unsure why she said that at some point she may come in and talk to the council about it. I just wanted the council to be aware of that. I guess I don't have any inherent objections to it, other than I don't know. I don't have any inherent objections to it. I'm just unsure why that is her desired course of action, since they have everything set up over at the courthouse where it's always been. But I will have court wherever the judge says to have court. If we end up having court in the middle of the road, I will just improve my file.
If we gotta have all that plexiglass and all that stuff, small communities, why can't it just be in one place instead of, there again, it really affects the taxpayers in small towns. It's not like we're a big city and you're gonna have a lot of people in court, city court all the time and stuff, so.
Well, is the law that was passed that says you have to have this?
There have been, so
I don't think it is.
there's an administrative order from the Supreme Court. So in addition to complying with all of the executive orders and regulations that come out, courts are also required to comply with orders of the Supreme Court, which pertain specifically to court. And so, my understanding from the emails that I've had with, the email correspondence that we've had with Natalie, the clerk of the district court, is that the plexiglass barriers are being placed at the attorney tables, at the council tables, to prevent, because attorneys and clients are going to be within 6 feet of each other, just by the nature of sitting there. I don't know.
That's why it's confusing, because there's no.
Well, and I mean, I guess I don't know how it's
No.
being.
Steve talks.
I have not seen it in action yet. I mean,
Two
there's,
people, right?
there's one thing, I mean, it's one thing to read it, it's another thing to actually see it
Yeah.
in action, and I will be the first to admit that I'm a visual learner. And so my understanding of it is that they are having certain safeguards in place, and I'm just not sure of, I'm just unsure as to, and, you know, I let Judge Keller know that the next city council meeting was on the 8th of June, so if she wants to get on the agenda and come in and speak to the council about it, she can certainly do so. And, you know, I can't speak as to why, you know, we discussed it a bit today, and I think, you know, she wants to keep the city stuff in the city office and the county stuff in the county office as best I could gather, but I'm still not entirely sure why. I would think to put things on the record would be.
I don't have a first clue of how things work on that level, but do most attorneys meet with their clients prior to court?
I think it depends on the nature of the representation. Sure. I mean, I think court-appointed counsel, there have been times where court-appointed counsel has walked in and met their client walking into the hearing. I mean, I can't speak to.
Maybe we
generally,
next meeting.
Generally in my personal experience in city, I don't have a client other than the city, so I'm not meeting with anyone. And in civil matters, I have already met with my client extensively, and we walk in knowing what we're going to say. And so I guess I don't know. I mean, I think there's generally communication during a hearing that's going on. Someone will be on the witness stand or opposing counsel will be making a statement, and attorney and client will confer. But I am not sure. I just want the council to be aware of what could be coming. And I think that, you know, Judge Keller is best suited to speak to this. And like I said, she's going to check in with the Colby City Attorney and the Goodland City Attorney and discuss what they do. And I think that, you know, when she comes to speak with the council, if she comes to speak with the council, she will be prepared to discuss that. But I guess I just wanted the council to have a heads up of what that she's thinking about that. I have one thing further, and I guess I am requesting executive session regarding non-elected personnel matter, which is section B1 under the statute that I'm allowed to request that for. I don't want to anger the council, so I'm not going to ask for 30 minutes, but I'm going to ask for 15 minutes with the caveat that we very well could go for 30 minutes, and it will behoove you. This isn't something we can rush through. This is something that needs to be discussed. So I will ask for, I guess, to start with 15 minutes of executive session with the possibility of needing to come out and go back in for at least another 15 minutes.
Okay. Okay. Do I hear a motion to accept and file the attorney report?
So
Moved by Cale, second by David, all in favor. Clerk report, Lila. Lila?
Yeah, sorry, I had myself muted so we didn't get feedback. Okay, I just want to say with the executive session, when we go into executive session after the motion's been made and passed, give me just a little bit of time to make sure everything is shut down, and then I've got some information to bring back for that executive session. Lauren, is that for everybody to participate in, or do you want me there?
I guess I think I'm going to have it just be the council and the mayor. Lila, do you mind?
No, I don't mind. So I just needed to know that so that I can, mute you guys, and, then somebody's just gonna have to come and tell me when to unmute you. But I do have some information, that list that I sent to you, Lauren, they're probably gonna want that.
Yeah, I have that.
Oh, do you have it for everybody?
Well, I have it, and I guess I have it, and I can send it to everybody. I can forward the email, or do you want to put it on the Google Drive?
Scott doesn't have access to the Google Drive, and it's, executive session, so I don't really want to share it out there on the drive. I guess I can.
Well, I was gonna say, I can just go through it. I mean, I can just go through it verbally.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll just go through it verbally.
Okay. Okay, so moving on, Candy Douthit, contacted me. She's working on some type of a food distribution program. It's not the food pantry, it's something separate from that for children, specifically for children, but families possibly this summer. She didn't have a lot of detail, just a project that she's working on, but she wanted to know if they could use the courthouse park as a distribution point. It wouldn't be like a special event because it wouldn't go on for hours or anything. It would just be where people could come to pick up the food or whatever it is that they're making available to children and families.
Yes.
Does everybody agree with that?
Yeah.
Yeah, everybody's in agreement with that they
Okay.
could do that.
She said she thought she might try to coordinate possibly with the farmer's market, but it's still in the planning stages right now, so she'll let me know when she has more details. And then during all of this with the late fees and when we had City Hall closed and people couldn't come in to pay their bills, the council had, or actually the mayor had approved waiving all of the fees that are associated with using like a debit card or the online payment service. Now that City Hall is opened back up and we're kind of back to business as usual, I just want to check with the council and see if we now want to reinstate those fees that were previously in place for those services.
For June, basically?
Yes.
Yeah, for June. It's going forward now.
Yeah.
Well, I
Right.
think everything should go back the way it was now that we're starting to come out of this and so forth. So I think everybody agrees with that we go back to operating exactly how we used to.
Okay.
Yep,
All right.
everybody agrees with that.
Okay. I can hear the head shaking. Yeah.
Yeah, they are shaking.
Okay, and then we've got some more CDs that are coming up. One of them's at First National Bank. It's only $25,000 CD. The current rate at First National Bank is 0.11%. We have 3 CDs that are coming up at Western State Bank. These are one-year CDs if we decided to renew them as they are. One's $100,000, one is $10,000, and one is $7,000. And he has quoted me a rate of 0.45% for those. So I just need to know what the council wants me to do. And I will say at Western State Bank, we don't have a bank account there, so it's not like at First National Bank where if we don't renew, we just put it over into a bank account. We could establish a bank account, but we don't currently have one at Western State Bank. We just have these 3 CDs there.
Well, none of it's very much interest, but what's everybody think?
We have CDs at the other banks too, yeah?
Well, we took a couple of them out and put them in.
Couple out.
How many months are these?
A year.
A year?
But even if we have to ever take them out, at what little interest they're making, we're not gonna lose much.
No.
We're not gonna lose much at all. It's just that, if we have to get them out, we have to get them out. So it's not like it's gonna be a great big penalty. So do we leave them in CDs for now?
What's the penalty?
Usually you lose some or of your interest. Here, we probably lose
It's like,
all.
yeah, like a month or 3 months penalty, depends when you take that.
I don't think you lose the principal.
No, you don't lose anything from principal, it's just the interest you lose,
Yeah.
and you're not gonna lose much.
Yeah.
So what's everybody thinking?
Leave them there.
Leave them there? Do I hear a motion to leave all the CDs where they're at for now?
Just the ones at Western,
What?
we're just talking,
Well, Western and, where was the other one at, First National?
Yeah, it's a $25,000 one at First National. I think this is the last one that we have there. Well, no, there's one that we renewed early on in March before all of this started happening and everything took a dive. So
Yeah.
we have one at First National Bank that's active now, and then this new one, this other one.
So we got the 25,000 at First National, then the 100,000, 10,000, and the 7,000 at Western. Do I hear a motion, just leave all of them as CDs for now? Been moved by Cale, second by Dare, all in favor? Approved to leave them in CDs.
Okay? And then Helen contacted me. She wanted to know if the council wanted to take out an ad in the Ultimate Guide to Northwest Kansas again. The ad for a full-page ad like we've done in the past is $1,600. That's what those posters are out in the hall. That's what the ads have looked like in the past for those council members that may not know.
You know, she'll be doing new photos?
Yeah, well, do you know if she's doing new photos or anything new on it this time?
Well, she didn't say, but if that's a request that the council has, I can certainly relay that on to her. Do you have some suggestions?
Well, I would suggest that it'd be nice to change it up, each year, if we can some way. I don't know what photos she would take or change it up to, but that way, every time somebody looks at that, one year we had the Rickery breaks in there, and we've had all these different things in there. If they find something else, that they can put in there, some pictures. Usually they put in more than one picture, so I would say just see if they're gonna change up the pictures.
Okay.
Who wants to make a motion to spend the $1,600 for advertising?
so move.
Been moved by Amanda, second by David, all in favor? Approved to go ahead with it, and I guess just ask her if they're gonna change up the pictures.
Okay, all right. And that, for the new council members, the funds for this come out of the guest tax fund. So all the transient guest tax that the hotels pay in to the guest tax fund, that money can be used for tourism and that kind of thing. And so that's what we use to pay for this advertisement. The only other thing is the Governing Body Institute has been rescheduled. It's for July 31st and August 1st, and I've got some information out there on the share, on the Google Drive for everybody if you're interested in attending that. David, I think you had wanted to at the first one, so just let me know and get you registered.
Okay.
And that's all I have.
Okay, were we gonna talk about wages?
For full-time
for the
employees?
pool?
Oh, for the
Or
pool.
just-
That's part of the executive session. I think that, is that right, Lauren, or do we need another executive session for that?
That would also fall under non-elected personnel, so that can be covered in the executive session. I mean, they will need to come out of executive session to make the motion on the recommendations have been made, and so they will need to come out of executive session because they can't make decisions in executive session, but we will go through all of that in executive session.
Okay.
So you're going to talk about wage recommendations in your executive session?
Yeah, I'll go through everything you sent me, today, that list that you sent me, and all information contained on that list.
Okay.
And then, when we come out, they can choose to approve it or do whatever they want to do with it.
Okay. Okay.
Okay, is that all you had?
Yeah, that's all I have.
And we're still on for the 28th?
Oh, yeah,
Yeah.
So,
the Was that Thursday, at 5:30?
Yes.
Yeah, okay.
Yes, and Justine won't be able to be at that meeting, but there's a kind of like she sent me a procedure that I'll get to Scott to follow to basically conduct the hearing. There's only one thing that requires a motion and a vote. There's a resolution, and it should be pretty straightforward. I haven't heard from anybody, any comments or anything, so it should be a pretty fast special hearing.
Okay. You might send out a reminder on Thursday.
Okay.
Okay, do I hear a motion to file and accept the clerk report? Moved by Cale, second by David, all in favor, approved. Okay, council comments. Dara. Amanda?
Trash.
Trash.
I have been getting multiple complaints daily on the trash pickup. I don't know if anybody else has gotten complaints.
Is it on those alleys where they've been fixing the approaches, or?
Flipping trash cans over, upside down. I know I visited with JR about it briefly, but,
I've gotten ours that way a couple times. I think they're draining them or something, I don't know. Yeah, they're upside down.
yeah. Well, I know they flipped one over an 88-year-old lady that obviously can't probably flip hers back over, and so I didn't know. I know JR made the comment that they flip them over for if they have moisture in the bottom of them. I've had people complain that theirs are flipped over every single week. So I don't know the rhyme or reason behind it, and I didn't know if anybody else had been getting complaints or.
I haven't heard complaints, but mine have been flipped over and I just flip them back, I guess. Either draining them or trying. Yeah, it's sort of difficult for elderly women to flip it back over.
Yeah.
That's not good.
No, I haven't heard anything. I've never seen mine flipped over, so. I've seen it blown over, but not.
Yeah, I was gonna say, it's the wind.
Yeah.
No, they flip them up.
Sometimes they're left out in the alley a little far, but.
Well, let's keep an eye on that then, and everybody keep an eye on that, and we'll see if we find out anything. I don't know why they'd be flipping it over, other than there's moisture of some kind in the bottom.
Mm-hmm.
Because basically they grab them sacks and pull them out anyway, they don't use it the other way. So if that sack is all soggy and wet on the bottom, they probably don't like that, so they're trying to dry out the container. But then, like Amanda said, if it's an 88-year-old gal, she goes out there, she can't flip the thing back up. And so.
Which I could say on occasion, maybe it's every single week,
Yeah.
same people, yeah. So I'll visit with JR again, I just didn't know if anybody else had.
Unless every week they're putting something in there that's liquid and dumped in there. Who knows?
Yeah. Okay, David?
Just three quick things. Our June 22nd meeting, I will be in Dallas, so I will not be here, celebrating my dad's 80th birthday. And so, Lila, if, I'll have my laptop and all that with me, so if it's a matter of quorum or anything, by all means, let me know. I can jump on Zoom and attend that way.
Okay.
And then also, Candy emailed me, text messaged me last week, and asked if our church could take on the food bank, and said that she's run out of options and didn't know if our church could do it, and I was going to meet with our leadership team, but of course we haven't met yet because of everything. But we can't, because we have gymnastics in the Quonset. That's what she's thinking about. We can't do that. And so I wanted to bring that to you guys, and don't know if you have any ideas for her on that. But I don't have any ideas. I can't think of anything either.
So basically,
Did they wanna look at this other side over here, or? Is that, I don't know.
I don't, I just don't know how that would work over on this side.
I don't know. went out last week about what the possibilities. I don't even know where the building's from.
This is the, like, that side.
What about access though to that area to the?
Well, and
for
all the,
food bank,
cause they've
kinda-
got a pretty good sized fridge
Pretty
over
big,
there, like a
yeah.
commercial sized fridge.
Yeah.
I know they got it in the door over there, but they're not really sure how they got it through the door.
Do we have any buildings where it should be?
We talked the old pool,
Insulated,
yeah,
kind of.
I mean, if the old pool house would work, but
Power, well, there'd be power in there. Be a good spot.
Insulated would be the only thing. I mean, if it
and
needed
he, yeah.
wouldn't take much, I don't know.
And Jay, did JR take a look at that to see what,
I don't
what he
know
was going
if JR
through?
took a look at it, but I thought maybe,
Really, all you need,
after the discussion that they would have heard about it, but I don't know.
I mean, you only have to worry about things freezing, really. But,
Don't think it has heat.
yeah, you'd have to put a heater in there, but if you have it in a small enough space, the heat off the refrigeration unit might keep everything else from freezing. I don't know. Or we could actually spend some money and do something nice and make it a shelter, or a pantry.
And there might be some grant money out there.
Yeah, exactly.
I think
Probably is.
there was,
That we could get.
there was, I think, some money for them to refurbish a
Yeah.
place if they found it.
And they have money in the bank.
So I don't know.
Well, and we've been needing to do something with that building, so why not make it the food pantry? And then they could even make it bigger,
Yeah.
probably, if they wanted to. Not charging anything, of course.
Yeah.
Do you want me to suggest that she come talk to the council at the next meeting, or?
Yeah, or she needs to try to go and see if she can catch, one of the guys and let her in down there to see if it would even work for them
Yeah,
to start with.
yeah.
Okay.
I don't know what the electricity be like in there. I'm
Right.
sure there'd have to be, because there probably isn't much for electricity.
Yeah, we could
They
probably,
got lights
Yeah,
and maybe a
outlets.
couple plug-ins, and that's probably all
Yeah.
that's in there.
yeah, because there would have been refrigeration in there before, but it's probably really old,
Yeah,
probably.
yeah. So I don't think there'll be much for electricity in that building.
But it could be done, right?
Mhm.
Oh, yeah, you can always add it.
Yeah,
add it,
that's a good plan, I think. That'd be cool.
So, yeah, I mean, we could have them look at it, so.
And my last thing is, I went to CCDC the other day to sign all the graduates, little cards for all the graduates. And while I was there, I just was asking Helen how things going with the motel and that sort of thing. And she says, well, the council needs to give us a price that they want us to have. And I said, I was under the assumption that you guys have already worked that out. And
What?
a price that we want them to sell it for. And I said,
The lot.
the lot.
Lot.
Yeah. Yeah, the lot.
The lot was supposed to be, anybody puts a motel on it, they get it. Free.
So my suggestion is, what I told her, I said, I think you should just come meet with the council and make sure that
Yeah,
every T's crossed, every I's dotted, and there's no ambiguity in here
okay.
on this thing.
Yeah, maybe we need to get her in here because basically, my understanding was everybody agreed that the first person that wants to put $3 million into a motel on that piece of property, we're signing the property over to them. But we gotta have them committed to it first.
Okay.
That they're gonna do it. So. Now, if somebody else wants it for something different, I don't know what we do. It depends on what it is. It might be something we say, yeah, you can have the property because it might, generate, might be small, manufacturing of some kind or something, we don't know what it be. So I think as long as it generates, something good, The lot's not doing us any good sitting there,
Right.
so. Yeah, we just need to get Helen up here then.
Okay.
So. Kale,
I don't think there's anything.
okay. Don't have anything either, so, okay, I guess, we need somebody to make a motion to go into executive session.
We'll make a motion to go into executive session for 15 minutes for the regular meeting to resume at 8:25 with just the mayor, council, and attorney present for non-elected personnel for subject matter.
Non-elected personnel, that's the exception.
That's the justification, we have to have a subject matter as well.
The-
All right, Lila?
Yes, Lauren, that's what we were talking about, and you had said personnel matters for non-elected personnel.
Personnel matter.
Right,
Okay.
sorry, personnel matters for non-elected personnel.
Okay.
Okay, Amanda made the motion, I hear a second. Second by Kale. Okay, we'll let you phase out.
Hold on, just, yeah, what I'm gonna try to do here is, like you heard the last time, I hit the wrong button, but that's what I'm going to do. I've locked the I've kicked off, we had Amanda Miller out there, and I've kicked her off. She cannot rejoin. I've locked the webinar, so nobody can call back in. I'm gonna now hit the mute all button, and that means everybody is muted, and since you guys are all back there in that room, you can still talk to one another, and I just won't be able to hear you. So you'll just have to come and get me. That make sense?
Yep.
All right.
Say that no decisions were made in executive session.
Okay, here we go.
Okay, we are back in motion and no decisions were made in executive session. So we are going to move forward and, we're gonna recommend that,
We'll need a motion.
Motion that, we accept applicants who applied within the time frame that was given, and,
Deadline. We're doing
deadline, and, reject any applicants who did not meet the deadline.
Did you hear that, Lila?
I did.
Okay.
Do you move to approve the wages as well, as stated?
Yeah, I'm also moving to approve the wage.
Okay, do I hear a second? It's been seconded by David. All in favor? It's been approved, so we approved all of the people that applied on, by the deadline, and we approved the wages for all those people. The one will not be accepted because he didn't get it in by deadline. Okay, do I have, I guess that's it, isn't it? Is that all we had to? Okay, do I hear a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
Moved by Amanda and second by Kale. All in favor, stand up and leave. Okay. From